Hi Pisces, my name is Marlissa and this is that word from Mars Tarot, and I'm here to do your July predictions. Pisces, y'all have some major changes taking place this month. Excuse me. I really liked the Virgo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Sagittarius reading, and I feel like this is about to be another one. It doesn't mean that the message is all peaches and cream. However, it just seems like it's going to be a good reading, okay? So if you like it here, you love it here, please like the video and also subscribe, and let's get into it. So off rip, Pisces, let me see. The signs that I see here, are Leo, Cancer, Virgo, and Scorpio. Leo, Cancer, Virgo, and Scorpio. So you may have any one of those placements. You could be connected to, any one of those signs. So Pisces, what's going on here? Why aren't you talking to your people? All right, there's something this month where I see that you have been suffering in silence, and maybe you've been wanting to talk to people. Maybe you've been wanting to have certain conversations or reach out to certain support, but it just hasn't been working out. But there's something here where you have been suffering in silence. Okay, then it's been causing you a great deal of mental conflict specifically. Maybe for some of you it has been around your finances, all right, because we have the base chakra here, the root chakra, which is about I have. That is like the bottom of the triangle, like your safety, your sustenance, your shelter, your finances, okay? So some of you have been worried about your finances. Maybe some of you have been taking a break from people or social media and really trying to figure out what you can do about your finances. I do see that there's some sort of transformation taking place this month, and it can be within yourself. Excuse me, Pisces, but it also may take place specifically in your finances. All right. We have solitude here. In traditional tarot, this is known as the Hermit, sign of Virgo. So you are reflecting more this month. You are going to be introspective, taking a step away from others and thinking about what is, going on. What has been taking place? What are your needs? What do you want? What do you desire? Some of you may be taking a social media break. All right, some of you may be getting back to the basics and reading more books this month, but there's some form of solitude that's happening. I do feel like that is happening for, because this transformation is taking place in your life right now. All right. In traditional tarot, this is known as the death card, or death and rebirth, sign of Scorpio. So there is some big change that is taking place in your life, in this season. And it is meant to transform you. It's meant for you to take that mask off, all right, and transform into who or how you are meant to be. Some of you, there could be an actual, death in the family, all right? Hopefully not, though. Hopefully this is more so just about the transformation process, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. But it doesn't mean that that transformation process is always easy. All right, sign of Scorpio. Some of you may have been stagnant, right? So suffering in silence and just sitting still. So maybe after you take some time of solitude and you get into this place of transforming, all right, you may decide you know what, it's time to go after what I want. Triumph card in traditional tarot, known as the Chariot, sign of Cancer. So this is about doing what you're in control of and going after what you want. Also, sometimes this is about opposing forces coming together to make a goal happen. So you may be working with some friends, all right, rejoice in celebration. So this is something that is going to fulfill you emotionally. So you may come together with somebody who's opposite of you to make a goal happen, to reach a certain goal. Now, be mindful of your ego and maybe power struggles, okay, with this power card at the bottom of the deck, sign of Leo. All right, when this card is present, it also tells me that the person who I'm usually reading for is yes, powerful, but also very stubborn. You may sometimes struggle with your ego, so be mindful of that, okay? You may need to work with the Taurus, or you may need to visit the lady, or you may need to seek some wise counsel. So someone who you see as like a mentor. All right. Okay. Authenticity. So what I feel like has been happening, Pisces, is that you may not have been operating how you want to operate. All right. You may have been operating how others want you to operate. And this transformation process is like, you know what? I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to hang out with who I want to hang out with. You know, I don't know, just something there. You're being called to operate in your more authentic self. Pisces, you are a mutable sign, meaning that you can mutate to whoever's around you. It can be a good thing, but it can also be a negative thing, because sometimes you'll not operate as you are anymore, and you'll operate how somebody wants you to be. Or you see the vision, you'll see what somebody wants and how they want you to be, and you'll transform into that. And maybe some of you have been doing that for a long time, and it's time to set yourself free. All right, it's time to set yourself free. We have sovereignty here, and we have rescue. Sovereignty and rescue. And I want to read both of these for you because I feel like that's so important. Maybe again, you know, when it comes to rescue, maybe you're going to have some help, all right, with whatever that you're going through. Maybe some of you need to realize that you are your own ruler. Maybe some of you need to realize that you're not alone if you're feeling alone, and maybe you need to rely on your friends a little bit more, and your friends who are specifically in their authenticity. All right. So let me pull, get this book. This is a new deck, so excuse me, I will be reading from it. So, sovereignty. Symbol, the Virgin Goddesses. So, some of you may be connected to a Virgo, or have a Virgo placement. The keywords here are authority, power, royalty, and jurisdiction. All right. Our awakened soul stands in awe of the three Virgin goddesses of ancient Greek mythology: Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategy; Artemis, goddess of the moon and the hunt; and I might be pronouncing some of these wrong. I'm so sorry. I know the first two, but Hestia, I'm not sure. Hestia, goddess of the home and hearth. She can see herself in each of these powerful divine feminine ones. Through connecting to their energy, she is inspired to claim her own life and power. These goddesses weren't all about chastity. They claimed the word virgin as being a woman who no man or God can own. They made their own choices and had the power over their own lives. Yes, some of you who are in a relationship, you've allowed your partner to take away your power. It has been a long journey for our awakened soul to come to the place of owning who she is and her place in the world. She has had to define her purpose and has often left the comfort and security of the known to seek out her own path. Today, as she stands in this temple, she knows it has all been worth it as she undergoes an initiation of self. The awakened meaning of this card. The sovereignty card has arrived as a sign from the divine within you to own your power, and if you have been giving it away, to take it back. You may have given your power away by allowing other people to make decisions for you. I said that. That is a confirmation. Seeking approval over being happy and not having clear boundaries. These goddesses are a reminder that no one but you has the right to say anything about your life and the choices that you do and don't make. They are yours and no one else's. Give yourself permission to be yourself. You are being reminded that through spiritual work and self-love, you can claim your power every day for yourself. Regardless of your gender identity, race, or spiritual path, you are divine. Even if you are part of an organized religion or spiritual group, you still have the right to choose what is right for you. Check with your inner compass whether you are aligned to love. Sovereignty is taking responsibility for your actions in life, as you are the one who has the power, okay? The shadow meaning of this card is giving your power away, seeking approval, unwilling to take responsibility or decide, untapped potential. The affirmation for this card is, I claim my sacred power now. And the personal reflection for it is, how can you reclaim or reconfirm your personal power? How can you reclaim or reconfirm your personal power? So I love that. I knew I was gonna like this reading. All right, rescue. So the next card, rescue, the symbol is the outreach hand. Keywords, help, assistance, vulnerability, acceptance. All right. Um, the awakened soul story is our awakened soul is deep underwater, holding her breath and looking up for aid. She is reaching out to the hand that she sees in the water, hoping that she will be led to fresh air. She needs help to be pulled up towards the surface to break free of the heavy water. The air and light is calling her. She knows that when she is free of the water, she will be able to move with more ease. Some of you could also be in connection with another water sign, and you may need help from a fire sign or air sign to like help you up from whatever is going on. So water signs are like you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Fire signs are Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. All right. Trusting another to give her the vital assistance she needs has put her in a vulnerable situation. But it is in, but it is in this act, my bad, y'all, of faith that she finds another side to being a strong person. She is so used to doing everything on her own and being there for everyone else. This turn of events, where she is the one in need, is teaching her humanity and the gift of being open. All right. The awakened meaning. If you have had the rescue card arrive in your reading today, you are being asked to assess the areas of your life where you could benefit from some outside assistance. Admitting that you require help, owning it, and being brave enough to ask and accept help are a big part of your spiritual journey. You could also be currently surrounded by heavy energy. You may be overcommitting and doing too much for everyone else. Check your pride and if you are needing to be needed. If you are feeling like you have no time and too much to do, it may be time to delegate or set boundaries. Accepting help and receiving aid is a spiritual act. There is no shame in this. Alternatively, you may be being asked by this energy to lend a helping hand to someone else. Sometimes this is obvious, but other times we need to tune into our intuition and feel if there's a place we can help. It is never a bad idea to ask those around you if they are okay. It may be the catalyst they need to shine a light on their own pain. The shadow meaning of this rescue card is being a martyr, hiding your pain, looking to others to save you all the time, having a rescue complex. The affirmation here is, it is safe for me to accept help. Personal reflections. How can I be more comfortable with receiving aid? Yeah, because remember that suffering. This is a good reading. Excuse me, that suffering in silence. So this is good reading. My throat like closed up. All right. How can I be more comfortable with receiving aid? All right, Pisces. You gotta ask for help, Pookie. So these next set of cards are just oracle ones. They could resonate, they could not. Light or colored hair. You could be connected to somebody that has light or colored hair. You could have it. Excuse me, that could be somebody who's gonna help you. We have protection. We have rest, which that also came up in the rescue card. Rest. The solitude card is out here as well. And then we have light eyes. All right. Now, I have a shadow deck, a shadow work oracle deck. May this oracle deck awaken you to greater authenticity by working through any hidden shadows of your personality. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darkness of other people, Carl Jung. So we all have some, negative and positive qualities, within ourselves. I actually think I forgot to pull this card, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull one and see what comes out. I forgot to pull this one out of all the cards. Okay, so you had two that came out, Pisces. All right, the first one is negativity. Let go of the pessimistic attitude. It's getting old. Think of something positive right now. Shift your thinking. Now, a lot of Pisces I know tend to think pretty positively. So if you're in a negative space, that also may be saying a lot about like your environment or how you maybe have been like tainted over time. Or maybe you're typically positive, but like when you're tiptoeing into your shadow side, it's a whole bunch of negativity. All right. And then we have selfish. You are wrapped in your own desires. Try looking at and caring about the needs of others. So, Pisces, I see here, you know, that there's a lot of giving. If anything, there may be codependency and all of that. But also maybe sometimes you are selfish where you don't need to be selfish. All right. So you just reflect on that. Okay. And then, dang, did I not pull this card either? No, I didn't. All right. So let me pull your affirmation. What is the miracles now? Affirmation for the Pisces placements. Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, and rising. I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. So yeah, this reading was quite serious, Pisces. So you are the oldest of the zodiac. So, you know, maybe sometimes you forget to, you know, have a little bit more fun. All right. So measure your success by how much fun you're having and maybe not about what you have. Maybe you're being called to live life a little bit, like, you know, get back again to that authenticity. Ain't no shame in having a little fun. All right. You can handle business and have fun, Pisces. Alrighty. That is what I have for y'all. I will see you next time. Bye.